What's good? What's good? What's good? We ain't gonna get started yet. Give a few people a chance to get in. There may be factors that I have not considered. But if you don't know, I'm DJ Z.O.O.M, Isaiah Gray, also known as DJ Z.O.O.M, Zoning Out on Music, Title Team DJs, Matt Cosmetics, Nuestra Comunidad, represent quite a few businesses. Black Development Network, and we're the official DJs for these various entities. We also do a lot of public events and events for just your everyday client, someone wanting to do a baby shower or a birthday party. We do those type of events as well. What's good? What's good, Haywood? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I wanted to talk briefly today about things to consider before hiring a DJ. There are several considerations that you should take into note. Number one, do you want to hire a professional DJ or just someone who can DJ? They just haven't made it their life. As I said, various considerations depending upon what it is you're trying to do. If you're intending on a huge party where a lot of people will show up and there'll be a lot of dancing and drinking, which usually means song requests and things to stress the DJ out. You want to take all of that into consideration. You gauge your need based upon what type of event you're trying to do. If you're doing a birthday party at home, hey, what's up, Dorian? How you doing? You're doing a birthday party at your house. You just want a DJ to come set up in the living room or the backyard or whatever. Well, even that, living room and backyard, they're two different environments that require two totally different systems. Now, you can utilize a louder, more robust outdoor system inside, but the considerations are different once you take an indoor system outside. And so all of these things are things to consider. How long do you want your event to go? The amount of timing that it takes a DJ to set up, depending upon what you want. If you want lighting, you want all the bells and whistles, the smoke, all the things that we're able to bring along with us, that takes a longer setup time, which you have to consider. There are many things. Well, you know what? I'm going to backtrack way before all of that. The first thing you need to figure out is what type of event you're doing and whether you're going to have a DJ there at all. If so, my advice, reach out to DJs, start reaching out to DJs before catering and the decorative people and all of that. Reach out quick, because your auntie and them may be able to fry up some chicken and keep your guests happy, right? You may be able to throw up some streamers and balloons from Party City and keep your guests happy. You may, depending upon the focus of your event, as I said, if a lot of people come in and you expect dancing and all of that, at some events, people just want to stand there and talk to each other, so it doesn't matter who the DJ is. But for events where you expect you have a lot of dancers in your family and they're trying to get it in, you know they're going to show up to your event. Don't just go with someone who just plays music. It's a part of DJing, but it's nowhere near the most important part. Song selection is major, but it is not the most important part of DJ services. So all of these things are things to consider before even reaching out to a DJ. But the advice is to reach out as soon as you know you're going to want a DJ at your event, just to make sure your DJ is booked, make sure you got the date correctly, because the last thing you want to do is be reaching out to us as DJs and it's a last minute thing. Even if the DJ does it for a moderate price, in the back of the mind of the DJ, you're a horrible client because you're calling us last minute, which requires more work on our parts. And if you want a discount or you want a good price, that's sort of putting the DJ in a position, right? And so reach out as soon as you realize, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do a birthday party next year, right? Who could I get the DJ? That should be the first consideration, depending upon the event. You know, there are many other events, many other considerations, like, well, it all falls within to the type of event. If you're doing something for your child's birthday, 3-year-old birthday party, you don't want to just reach out to someone who's not used to dealing with children parties. Not saying they wouldn't have any clean music, but someone who is more used to doing community-based and children-based parties would have more of a collection of clean music. Stands to reason. Recently, when I was in Boston, I've been playing on the radio every night and haven't really been doing any events outside of playing on the radio and a couple of community events that we've taken up in that time frame. And so, excuse me, during the Celtics game watch parties, I have all the new music, but a lot of it is clean versions, which is great when it comes to doing community events or children's birthday parties or just all out events for younger people, sweet 16s, quinceañeras, whatever. But in a club setting, in a nightclub setting, the last thing someone who's drinking and trying to get their dance on wants to hear is the censored version of a song. And so it works against you in a lot of ways. So I had to rush and go and get some raw music so I could get raw with the people real quick. And these are things that people don't really consider. Even some DJs, depending, because you have wedding DJs, you have overall all-out mobile DJs who just travel and DJ, different open format. You have battle style DJs, you have birthday party DJs, and each one of them have their own pros and cons that come along with it. What's good, Ben? Each one of them have their abilities, their capabilities, and their shortcomings. Now, someone, DJs like ourselves, myself and my team, Title Team DJs, we pride ourselves on doing it all. We'll go straight from a children's party and be rocking with children all day long, leave there and go rock a nightclub, because we pride ourselves on being able to do it all. And so everyone is not in the same mind state, the same boat. Not everyone has the same desire. Some people hate doing showcases. Ben, when we were younger and we were a group and performing, I've never considered the way a DJ may feel, may or may not feel. Some DJs hate doing showcases. They hate working with artists. Me, I came from a world of artists, and so truthfully, I can honestly say, since I've been in this realm, almost every other DJ around me, when it came to a showcase, allowed me to take the lead. And they just watched me and did what I did, because I know the way an artist wants to touch the stage. You're in there and it's complete silence and the crowd is talking. The artist gets the microphone. Okay, they're in the spotlight. Everybody in the house is watching them. Many artists don't know how to take that because they're not used to being the ultimate center of attention before their song starts. So you have some artists who are real nervous. They get the mic and it's like, well, hey, how y'all doing tonight? Whatever. There's no real, until the music starts, the performance doesn't start. So a DJ like myself, when being booked to do a showcase, it's my job to hype the artist, hype the crowd before the artist even starts rapping, singing, or whatever, right? Just to help the show flow, help the artist performance and everything. And as I said, many DJs who have never had the experience of being a rapper or being a artist wouldn't really think of the things that go into making a showcase successful. And so I just wanted to go live. I've been seeing a few complaints this morning, and it's like after figuring out what the complaining client was complaining about, it's like, well, you didn't make a right choice. You just paid any old body to come into your event. And well, I figured they were a DJ. Yeah, it's not the same thing. Just as in the medical field, you can't hire a heart surgeon and you need some repair on your hand or something. Your hand doesn't work right, and you go and try to get operated on by a heart surgeon. Now, that's not saying that a heart surgeon wouldn't know the proper workings of your digits, but they're a specialist for that very reason. Then you have general care doctors who try to learn a little bit about every aspect of the body as opposed to going into a specialty. And so you can either, depending upon your event, you want to go with a specialist. At the very least, you go with someone who's open format and has some sort of a basis in the type of event that you're trying to do. If not, you kind of, get yourself ready to complain. And that's just the world we live in, Not everyone knows everything. Every night on air, I play a different genre of music. There's a different tone of music depending upon the day. Tonight is like ladies' night out. You know what I mean? Where Thursday's Thirsty Thursday. We cater to the women. Now, a lot of women like trap music along with R&B, and it's a mixture. But the focus of the clientele, the audience on my Thursday night show is women. Some DJs aren't used to catering to women, so every song there's a gunshot. Depending upon which women you're around, it may or may not fly. But the bigger picture is about catering to your client. And yeah, you all be good. I'm going to go on and finish doing what I'm doing, preparing for the night. I just wanted to say that, stress that you as a client have to be careful in who you're hiring as a DJ. Do your homework. Please do your homework. You don't have to hire the title team DJs, myself, DJ Silk Rocks, and DJ Def Step. You don't have to hire anyone who's on the radio with me, QuickTime Radio. You don't have to hire any particular DJ in the club or the local bar around your way. I would start there first, though. The DJs who are closer to you, who you've heard play before and you like their style, and even if their style isn't necessarily the type of party you're going to, let's say you've heard a talented DJ at a nightclub, a bar around your way, and you want them to do your 3-year-old's birthday party. Have a conversation. Reach out and have a conversation. What's good? What's good? What's good, Joe? How you doing, bro? That gig life. You know what it is. But yeah, have a conversation with the DJ. See if they're into doing 3-year-olds parties. If not, that's fine, as long if they're still willing to take the event. Just be specific in what you want from them, so they know when they come in there, okay, it's no raw music. I can play whatever I want. It just can't be raw. That's understandable, clearly understandable, especially if it's for a young person's party. Now, if you don't have that discussion and they show up and everything they play is the raw version, and you're like, yo, what are you doing? I got kids in here. You hired them to do what they do best. And if that's what they do best, that's what they're going to bring to your table. So just a little heads up, a little caution, a little admonishment, you know. There's plenty of great DJs to choose from. And I personally just love to see all the DJs being hired and working, especially those who get it in. My guy Jay Spinner, Joe Go. Professional, greatly talented, and has the mind state that your event is my event. I want to do everything possible so that this special occasion is remembered as special. Hey, remember that party from 5 years ago when... Now, the thing is, the reason why, if you backtrack to the beginning of this video, the reason why I said reach out to the DJ, even before the catering people, the decorative people, what do they call, interior decorators or whatever, event planners. Reach out to a DJ because your event will be remembered primarily for the vibe and the music. The vibe and the music. If you could walk into an event and the balloons are beautiful and it just looks great in there, right? The decorative people provided lights, so the DJ ain't got nothing to do with him. He's just here to play music. The food is good. Matter of fact, we're going with great. The food is great. Finger licking, great food. Those things will be remembered. But if the DJ is whack, if the music is whack, none of that other greatness will be remembered. None of it. It was a horrible event. We had a bad time. The DJ sucked. It's that serious. Now on the flip side, if the food is mediocre, what the brother say, that old school song, the chicken tastes like wood, your lights are, the decorations are falling off the wall and balloons floating around that were supposed to be posted and so on and so forth. As long as your DJ is great and the party is a party, nobody will care and or remember none of the rest of it. People will sit there and absorb a plate of horrible food. Absorb a plate of horrible food. As long as the vibe is right. And they'll stay and kick it and have a great time. As long as the vibe is right. Meaning the DJ is right. Or setting the right vibe. It's the most important thing about your events. So, give some consideration to all of that. I'm going to change the video. As opposed to before hiring a DJ, we're going with before setting up your event. The first thoughts in your mind as soon as you decide you're going to do an event should be, who's going to DJ? Because it's the most important part of putting together a great and memorable event, making an occasion truly special. All starts with the DJ. All starts with the vibe, the music. And so before pulling the trigger on anything, event-wise, consider your DJ. You all have a great day. I see those who tune in regularly. I'm on air every night, quicktimeradio.com from 10 to midnight every night. And on Sunday mornings, we do the gospel show. And then later on that night, Slow Jam. So Sunday is the only day I'm on air twice. But I'm on every day. And so it's a bit different being on the radio as opposed to being in front of a live audience. But yeah, we're working it. Every day I'm working on my show, trying to make it the best possible show for you all as possible. And so for those who have tuned in before, salute. You shall hear me tonight. For those who have never tuned in, I encourage you to tune in. And yeah, if you hear what you like, let me know. If you're like, yo, man, this dude does all this DJ talking, he's not even a good DJ, let me know. Either way, let me know, right? You all have a great day. Stay up.